Let's bring in now actor and producer William McNamara. He's been out on the ground trying to rescue animals. William, thank you very much for joining us. I understand you had a pretty harrowing experience out there. Can you describe it for us?
Yeah, sure. So I want to apologize for my appearance. I didn't realize this yesterday, but I did get burned, I guess. It looks like a bad sunburn. And I believe it was the day before yesterday in the morning. From my kitchen window, I saw this giant plume, and I thought it was in Santa Monica where I live. So I rushed over there to see what's going on. I thought it was like on Montana or something. But I realized it wasn't. It looked like the Highlands or the Palisades, Highlands in the Palisades. And so I did some videotaping, and it looked like the super scoopers were right at it. You know, I also did a major rescue in the Woolsey fire, so I learned a lot from that and the fires. And there are some similar bad things that occurred. But anyway, so I eventually realized I need to get into the Palisades and see if there's any animals that need to get evacuated to help. Because I do that. I work with Eastwood Ranch Foundation. We're a dog and cat rescue and adoption center in Agora Hills. So I've done this for many, many years, and I don't want to get in the firemen's or the cops' way. So I kind of know how to get around it all and not be a burden. I don't want to be a burden, and I know they need to keep people out, which is the right thing to do. But so anyway, I got in there, and I was in there and then I ended up on PCH for, I don't know, 24 hours. And I guess I did get burned. I didn't realize that yesterday. But a couple of things I want to mention. I did CNN. They asked me on CNN yesterday, and before I went on, I spoke to a friend. She's a former firefighter, and she's an equine rescuer, Marlene Dodge, and she's with Valley View Ranch Equine Rescue. And we have a 20-foot trailer yesterday and today. So if anybody needs our help, we've got the trailer. We can go to the Palisades, Malibu, whatever. But anyway, I asked her, she's a former firefighter. I told her what I had witnessed the first night in there, because I was I think I was the only person in there. And I said, I witnessed the firemen not using their hoses or putting out the fires. I was kind of shocked and didn't know what was going on. I asked her if I should mention that on CNN. She said, it doesn't reflect well on the firemen and whatever. We don't know what's going on, Billy. So it might be better for you not to mention that. So I didn't. But now I'm seeing a lot of the TV reporters today, they are talking about that they weren't able to use I guess they ran out of water. So I did want to mention that I did see that. And yesterday I refrained from saying that because I didn't want to reflect badly on the firefighters, who are the true heroes here, and the police officers. And, you know, the same thing happened in the Woolsey fires. I was in Corral Canyon putting out, the rescue had a fire hose. So I was putting out spot fires around the stables where these two horses were, and I was doing very well. And then the water ran out. And there was a major spot fire that I couldn't put out. So I guess the same thing happened again. And I think our local government has to really make this a priority. We need water. And, you know, and that's the most important.
I think what we've heard from officials, and it bears investigating, is that they did just run out of water, that the city municipal system is not designed to fight a wildfire. And they had so many fires going at the same time that they just ended up using it all. Obviously, there needs to be an investigation and some second thinking about how to make this work in the event that this happens again, and it might happen again because of what we're experiencing through climate change. I think that's exactly the question to ask and something to press our officials on. Because it is, I mean, I imagine when you saw that, it made you furious. And it would make anybody furious. And I'm sure it made the firefighters furious as well, not to be able to fight the fires. I want to ask you one more question. I'm sorry you got a burn. I'm glad you made it out safely. If you're somebody who with a pet in danger or a horse in danger, what do you do?
Well, first of all, what I did notice when I was going into the Palisades, when I first got in there at the beginning of the fire, it would be nice because you can't break into people's homes, obviously. You can't do that because you turn from a rescuer to it looks like a looter. So I'm very nervous about that. But put the stickers on your windows or your doors. Now, there is somebody in the Highlands right now. Katie, I don't know if you're near the Highlands in the Palisades, but there's a house. We're trying to find out if the house is still standing because they had 2 cats, and they weren't able to get back in. They were down on Sawtell, and the whole thing got shut off, so they weren't able to get back in. So I was trying to get to the Highlands, but I'm sure you know that it's not possible because the police, but I know the reporters can get through. So I sent your producer the address just in case you have a moment. And you got to put the signs on your doors or windows and let people know that you have animals in there. And also, right away, put your information out on Facebook and Instagram because the rescuers, we check that and we look and we will help. We do have the resources. We can help you. We can get your horses, anything. We can get them out. Just give us notification.
Thank you for that address. We will try to get up there. We're trying to get to a number of spots here today, and you're so right about that note. Leave a note. Say what's left. We saw a note up on Goucher Street, which is right above the Alphabet Streets here in the Pacific Palisades. We're down in the town, the village area, so we're a little bit of ways from the Highlands. But, excuse me, we saw a note on a car that said, the Smiths have evacuated. The people at X address have evacuated. So that sort of thing is helpful because I know the death toll stands at 5 right now. There are many injuries, but just the scope and the scale of this devastation, I know the officials here have said they're not really relying on that death toll because of just how quickly these fires moved, how hot they burned, and just how much destruction there is. But I guess we'll hold out hope. William McNamara, thank you very much for joining us.
I want to put a shout out to 2 other people, Mark Ching, Aaron Christensen, who are also in there rescuing animals, doing way more than I am. Thank you.
Thank you for that. William, thank you very much, and stay safe out there.